Okay, here's a quick video on how to switch violin strings. So I have all 4 strings here I was given by a student. I'm going to switch them out. The trick is to not take off all 4 at once. You take off 1 string at a time. I'm going to start with the middle strings and work out. So I'm going to start with my A and unravel my A string. Okay, here. You can either save them as a backup if you need a backup pair. If it's really weathered and stripped, obviously you'll want to get rid of that. Strings are often color-coded at the top, and they'll have similar ball ends. This is kind of a brand insignia. So you want to look for the top, and usually when you order them, it'll tell you what they are. So the A string is the black one. So I'm going to get the black one here. Okay, and I'm going to basically just look for that little hole in the A string peg. You can't see that there, but there is a hole. And just like sewing, you're going to thread that needle and make sure it comes out the other side, just a little bit out of the other side. And then you're going to start going and twisting it in, and you're going to twist so that it goes over the top and comes down, like the way a toilet paper roll should be ruled. And you will notice that hopefully the black yarn starts to come towards the middle, so that the part you're holding is always going to remain on the outside of the peg box, and you're going to keep creating loops of that black yarn towards the middle as you go. Shortly, you're going to want to check to see if there's enough room left. You can notice that, oops, I didn't leave enough room to put the ball in the pocket down here. So I'm going to actually unravel a bit and put it in the bottom. Oops, still a little more room I need. Get it nice and tug. Some instruments are a little difficult to get it in. Okay, there it is. It's in. So it's in the bottom. I'm making sure that it's in the bridge where the groove is on the bridge. I'm making sure that it's in the groove up here on the nut. And then I am going to have an A in my head, but if you need a tuner, because you don't have an A in your head, turn on a tuner, and you're gonna slowly twist this. And while you twist this, you're pushing in towards the peg box at the same time. And you're plucking with your left thumb so you don't go over the edge. And then right about where that A is, you can stop. It's gonna go out of tune again because we're tuning the other strings. So you get it close to that. You'll notice that the yarn, hopefully you can see that black yarn in there. It's going towards the center of the peg box. And we're ready to go with that A string. So I would do maybe the D string next, the G and E. Make sure the peg box stays clean. You might even want to consider doing like the E string first, since it's a little bit under the A string. The A string comes from the top, but you could switch the order there and get away with it. And then you tune each string pretty darn close, and then you're gonna have to go back and check your work again. And remember, your pegs are gonna slip unless you push in at the same time as you twist. So make sure you're pushing in at the same time as you twist. Hopefully you can get it close enough that if you have fine tuners, you can dial that in and be exact with that. Your strings will go out of tune for a couple days, more frequently than usual, because strings aren't used to being bent out at that point. They're still stretching. So you're gonna have to tune a little bit more often over these next 2 days than you would otherwise, okay? So I'm gonna take care of these other 3 strings in the exact same way and tune it up. Okay, I finished tuning this student's violin. It was actually fairly easy to get these on and off. So I want you to check your work at this point. You wanna make sure that the feet of your bridge are still in line with the little slits in your F-holes, and that your bridge is straight. This student's bridge is just a little warped. I can't fix that, but otherwise it's pretty straight. Other things to check your work. Make sure that every string is in the groove that the bridge has, and that if you have a little rubber sheath on your E string, that it's right in that groove to help solidify that. And then make sure that the grooves up here, the strings are in the grooves up here, and then that your peg box is nice and clean. You'll notice that all of my yarn, I don't know if it's yarn, thread, color, whatever, they're all going towards the middle of the peg box and it looks really, really clean, okay? And then the last thing you would do is get a tuner out, use your bow, and really fine tune that and keep an eye on it over the next 2 days so that it stays in tune. These strings are in pretty good shape still, so I'm gonna have the student hold on to these as a backup pair and not throw them away, that if she does bust one, she could have an extra set for her. So hope this video helps you learn how to tune a violin. The same situation would be true for the viola. Cello would be pretty much the same as well. It's pretty much the same process, just you just hold the instrument a little bit differently in order to get that done. Hope this video helps. Good luck tuning and changing your own strings.